Much. Good morning, everybody. This is Spado again. Today we're going to talk about domestic terrorism. It's all you're hearing today on the news, folks. What happened yesterday was deplorable. Should have never happened. A young gal named 30, she was 37, I believe, was shot by an ICE agent in Minnesota. Folks, who do you blame for this here? Well, you got the leftist protesters. They should not be protesting. But take a look at I reviewed the scene of what happened yesterday time and time again. That girl jumped in her car when all she wasn't doing a rumba protesting. She would not have gone to jail. So something had to be a little bit wrong with her. Okay? She jumped in her car and went, and there was an ICE agent in front of her. And instead of jumping to the side and blowing out her tire or something, okay, he shot her directly through the windshield. Will he be charged for that there? I don't think so, folks. Don't think he's going to be charged because they call it domestic terrorism by the leftist protesters. People don't really realize what a leftist really is. Okay? Did you know Maduro was a leftist? And he was a dictator. Hi, Heather, Christopher, Tina. Alright? No, he's not going to be charged, Heather. I guarantee it. Okay, you watch and see. They're going to do an investigation. He's not going to be charged. They're going to say he was doing his job. Okay? But that was totally uncalled for. Now, I'm going to tell you something. My personal feelings, I'm against these ICE agents wearing masks, going after people. Okay? I'm against Christine Noem. Every time you turn your TV on, okay, she's on saying, all right, if you break the law, you're going to go to jail. I'm sick and tired of her. You know what they're doing? Why she's on there so much? And Trump's other cabinet members? To brainwash you. They're brainwashing you to combat how you're brainwashed, okay, from the news media. But we American people are stupid, crazy. Folks, if you have not subscribed yet, please subscribe, like, share. I can't understand the laziness of people that cannot hit that like button. It's just astonishing. Okay? I just got through watching Stephen A. Smith doing his show. I hit the like. Okay? I don't know if I know best, but folks, look at, you all see my post yesterday, what I said about, I'm looking for a companion. Okay? I got to tell you, the response was overwhelming. I want to thank you all for trying to help me out. I really appreciate it. Okay? And God bless you all. Thank you so much. All right? And folks, I got to tell you a little something here. Heather, you might know better than me because you're pretty good at this stuff. Okay, but you know, I did. I think it was Saturday or Sunday last week. All right, that where I did a great show. I had over 20,000 views, and man, I got like $254, or it looked like I did, but I never got the money. I got about half of that there. So what I'm thinking, maybe the people changed their minds, stopped it, or whatever, or maybe their credit card didn't get approved. I don't know. I don't know how that works, folks. So Heather, I thought maybe you might know. All right, if you do, no, it's not that them taking 30% because I would have gotten more money. Okay, because they had more thanks coming after that there. Uh, but no, it wasn't because they took 30%. I still should have gotten more than what I did. But anyways, that's here or there. Okay? You know, folks, I was going to talk about Diddy. Do we really care about Diddy? Let's be honest. Okay? His problems are his problems. Okay? But you know what? I see other YouTubers, they had to go and jump on board. He's got no money. He's got money. Okay? They're saying he's not paying people. I don't know if people are getting paid or not. Okay? Everybody goes by what TMZ says. All right? When is TMZ become the premier people to tell us what's going on? They don't know any more than we do. Everybody's giving you their thoughts. Yeah, that's it. Okay? Yeah, supposedly he put his money, he hired a company called TriStar Entertainment, TriStar Sports and Entertainment. That's not to be confused with TriStar Entertainment, which is owned by Sony. Two different companies. Okay? And this is a very good, respectable company. They have offices right here on Sunset Boulevard, and they have offices in Nashville, Tennessee. All right? But one guy wanted to say, oh, better be careful because they rob money from this person, that person. They didn't rob money. Somebody did at one time, one of the executives, robbed from Alanis Morissette. That's the name, okay? But that got settled, okay? All right? Eric, you're right, okay? But there's so many people lying, folks, and you know what? I'm so disgusted with all the people lying here on YouTube that I'm thinking to myself, what the hell? I might as well get off this here, okay? Because I'm only one person who's coming to you, telling you the truth, and people don't want to come and listen. They rather go listen to the lies, all right? Yeah, Johnny, I'll be your grandpa, okay, buddy? So anyway, getting back to what happened yesterday, folks, was totally unnecessary. And a poor girl is no longer with us. Okay, she made a fatal mistake getting in that car, trying to drive away, and you know, she wasn't thinking properly. That's the only thing. All right, uh, that I could think of. That she just wasn't thinking properly. Okay, but people are protesting. The left is protesting the ICE agents from deporting aliens, immigrants. Okay? But they didn't care when Obama All right? Deported millions and millions more than Donald Trump. They didn't care. All right? Isn't it funny how the left wants to take something they did that was good at the time and now make it bad because Donald Trump's doing it? Okay? Is that a little ridiculous? Don't you find it? I do. And you know, the midterm elections are coming up. And I saw Trump on TV yesterday. He's very nervous about it. Don't think he's not. Okay? The people are unhappy with him. I'm unhappy with him. He's got great ideas, but he's not implementing them properly. Okay? Yeah, he's taking immigrants out, but he's taking immigrants out of this country with no criminal record who came here to work. Our farmers, our contractors, all right? Everybody needs these people. And I told you before, okay? My son in Florida is a major pool contractor. You can't hire people. He needs people. Check my Facebook. I reposted something that he posted. Okay, anybody in Florida, if you're down in Florida looking for a job, all right, Spado pool construction he's looking for workers. My friend Paulie Kazanowski in Nashville, Tennessee, he needs workers. Contractors all over the country need workers. They can't get them no more. All right? And Trump didn't think about that there. He didn't think how he's hurting the real estate business. Okay? But you know who's really, really behind this here? Behind Trump, and I don't know what he's got on Trump, but he's got a very big stronghold, Stephen Miller. Okay? That's the guy. Yeah. He thinks they're getting out, but they don't realize the other side of the coin. So, you know, folks, our country's in trouble, whether you know it or not. We're in deep trouble. Okay? Now, people are bitching about that Trump took Maduro, a dictator, out of the country. Did you know? I'm going to tell you something you might not know. Did you know in Trump's first term of office, he put a $15 million contract out for anybody to take down Maduro? Then Biden got into office. Biden put a $25 million contract. He increased it from 15 to 25 million. Democrats went along with it. The left went along with it. Had no problem. Now they're against it. Trump came in the back in the office. He put a $50 million offer. So this is something both parties wanted, but the left now are complaining, saying it was wrong. But Trump got him out. He's no longer the dictator. Okay? He's in NDC, Brooklyn, exactly where the freak I was, and I spent 30 months there. And you could bet your boots he's going to be there 30 months or longer before he goes to trial. Just watch. And he's very calm and cool, I must say. So maybe he knows something, some secrets. I don't know what's going to happen here, folks. Okay? Nancy, I voted for Trump. but I don't like what he's doing. And I got a lot of friends that supported Trump, and they don't like what he's doing. What is he doing for us? What's he doing for our country? Nothing. We got oil. You're right. We got oil in Alaska. We got, look, you go right down the street here in Beverly Hills, you got oil wells. You got an oil well behind Beverly Hills High School, right on the grounds, okay? No, Ron, you're wrong, okay? I don't like the way he's doing it. So listen to me, okay? Other countries are terrified of him? Yeah, they should be, okay? But he hasn't stopped the war in Ukraine, has he? And I guarantee you he's not going to. Because Putin does not want to end it. Putin wants the whole country. I'm not going to argue politics with you folks, okay, about who I voted for, okay? I have a right to agree to disagree as you had the right to agree to disagree, okay? You're right, Heather. Politics is a bad subject, but I had to put that in there, okay? Because there's a better way to handle it. I'm not the only one who said this. Trump is very close friends with Bill O'Reilly. Do you all know who Bill O'Reilly is? Bill O'Reilly said the same thing that I just said to you. Trump has got great ideas, but he's not implementing them the right way. Okay? They're not thinking them out of the effect it's going to have on us, the American people. That's it. Very simple. So please, folks, hit that like button. Hit that subscribe. All right? People keep asking me how old I am. I'm getting tired of asking people. People asking me how old I am. There's a profile. Go to my profile. You can find out everything about me. Okay? What do I got to say? Every day? You know, folks, I'm 81 years old. And I tell you something, the 80s are very dangerous years. You know, thank God I'm healthy, I'm viral, and I can still have sex, trust me. Okay? So don't put this 81-year-old man down. But you know, we just lost Ronald Reagan's son, who was 80 years old. A good friend of mine, I gotta go to the service at Forest Lawn this Sunday. We shared the same birthday. Robert Tannenbaum. Robert Tannenbaum, originally from New York, was a prosecutor in the New York State, New York City there. He was the mayor of Beverly Hills, and he's the author of over 20 books. Okay? His son is also a lawyer and is one of my lawyers. I have several lawyers that I reach out to for different things when I need them, okay? Or when people need them. I refer a lot of people to lawyers, okay? Because I'm an expert at that. I know what lawyer is good doing what, okay? Thank you for recognizing the call, folks. I try to wear something a little bit different. I got a lot of clothes, okay? But anyways, Robert, he was 83 years old. He passed away at his home right here in Roxbury. He was, I didn't even know he was sick, but, you know, he was stubborn, wouldn't go to the doctors, and that's what happens. Then, my class reunion on Facebook, A friend of mine, Jake Marchon, who's my age, passed away. Jake and I hung around when we were very young, began smoking together. We raced cars and did a lot of things back in the days. Uh, Did I know Daniel Boone? Yeah, I know Daniel Boone. Yeah, I was good friends with George Washington too. So, folks, I wanted to tell you how I felt about it. Okay, people are saying more indictments are coming for Diddy on witness tampering. That's a good possibility. All right. I would have loved to know Willie Nelson. All right, he was a cool guy. All right, very cool. Smoked a lot of weed. I gotta try it. I gotta tell you, I tried weed a few times, folks. You know, back in the days when I was younger and used to come in from Mexico, they had a good weed that made you happy and it was funny. Okay, and I tried it a couple of times. Okay, and somebody asked me what kind of music am I into. I like opera. I like symphonies. I love Sinatra, Elvis. Okay. She should have been home, not trying to run over. Yeah, she should have been home. The leftists go out. They want to protest everything. They're being paid by George Soros. Okay. When's the Democratic Party going to wake up? They keep just falling over themselves like unreal. Oh my Johnny, you party with me at the Boca Resort? With me? Man, I don't remember that. Hmm. Yeah. Oh, Willie Nelson, okay. Had me thinking, oh boy, I don't remember smoking weed down in Florida ever. Okay. I remember my first wife and I, we were in, I think it was Bermuda or someplace, and we tried it. We had some fun. It really, my son smokes it, my kids smoke it, I gotta admit, okay? They got no problems. Huh? G. Newstrom, do you say I'm very nasty? Why am I nasty? Huh? Heather, you like this today, huh? Oh boy, folks. You know what? I just want to be happy in my life. Get through these 80 so I can get to 105 like I'm planning on doing. Alright? Oh, talk about bots. Thank you, Heather, for bringing that subject up. Another show that I watched, and most of you probably don't, is David Patrick Betta. Okay? Value Entertainment. Another place. He's been around a long time. They got money. All right. There's about three or four other guys. And they tell the truth. They're very good in their research, everything they do. But something that I learned from them the other day, they studied it. Did you know that 51% All the profiles that you see on social media, especially here on YouTube, are fake, are bots. And Google knows about it. Everybody knows about it. Mark Zuckerberg knows it. And somehow it helps them as a company. So you're right. I ignore these bots. Not as many now because maybe Diddy's not paying his people. I don't know. Mark, you want to give me a slap? Come on over, buddy. All right, other people who tried it. I got to guarantee you they did not succeed. Okay? And you wouldn't want to know what the hell happened to them. All right? So don't give me no shit, young man. Okay? Show some respect to your elders. Respect. That's the problem in our country. No respect. It's terrible. Young girls come to me and they say, "You are a gentleman. Why can't we find anybody like you, Mr. Spado? And you're so respectful and honorable and loyal. We'd like to find a man like you." And I wish they could. But our youth today, their parents did not teach them. Their parents did not help their children. They thought by giving them a car and giving them everything that they wanted, put a cell phone in their hand when they're 4 years old, okay? They thought they were helping their children. No. They thought the more they gave, the more they were helping. When in fact, it had the reverse effect. The more they gave, the more it hurt. Okay? No morals. You're right, Jack. All right? And I talk about respect all the time. And when I start talking about it, half the people in the room start leaving. All right? Yeah, they just leave. How you doing, Hardtop? How you doing, buddy? All right? Folks, if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. It's amazing. I didn't even get $2 in a thanks today for coming here. Okay? You know what? I never got $100 from anybody in the thanks, but I go to other places and guy gets 100, 200, got $500 one day. Okay? Hey, if you don't send me nothing, alright? She wasn't from the front because she was about to run over. Yeah, Orange. She should have never tried to leave. She was wrong there. Okay? And I believe that the agent, the ICE agent, all he had to do was step aside and he would not have gotten hurt. Step aside. Well, they call it domestic terrorism. Okay? And that's the new thing that this administration going after. Domestic. It was. It was domestic terrorism, and the left started it. Okay? Let these ICE agents go out and do their job. I just want them to do it properly. All right? Nothing wrong. I just want people to do their job, but do it the right way. Okay? I said, my house, I get out more than you do. Okay? When was the last time I had a job? I never had. Well, I was 22 years old when I got out of the Army. After that, I worked on straight commissions. Okay? Straight commission. I never called it a job because I loved it. Okay? I would not take a job and go work for 20, 30, $40 an hour because I made more money on commissions because I get out, I knock on doors, I see people, okay? I'm probably one of the best salesmen that you'll ever meet. Yeah, there's some better than me, of course there are, okay? But I was a great. I was a member of the $1 million roundtable with the Prudential Insurance Company. That was back in the late 60s and 70s. You have any idea what that is like? All right, back then, being a member of the $1 million roundtable. Texas, I got more balls than you could ever freaking think of. Okay? So don't come to me with that shit. All right? You're right. Commission's the only way to go because you can make as much as you want. And commission people make more money than salaried people. All right? Some people are disgusting, Heather. Thank you, folks, for looking out for me on that there. Okay, I appreciate it. All right? Yeah, folks. And then I started my own business. Okay? I was doing several millions of dollars a year in the 70s. You had no idea. But you know what? I worked 15, 16 hours a day. People don't want to work today. People want everything given to them. They think the government should give them everything. Okay? Our government should be doing more. I mean, insurance premiums are going out of sight. Okay? My friends who are in the real estate business, my friend had a home. He was paying $5,000 in Florida. He was paying $5,000 a year, all right, in taxes, and then it went to $18,000 a year. He said, "The heck with this." He sold the house. Okay, you folks, surviving in this country today is very difficult for everybody. Okay, senior citizens, we still pay insurance. Our Medicare goes, they give us a big 2.8% increase on our monthly payment. But they increase the Medicare premium 10%. So we went 7 points in the hole right away. All right? How's that work out? You give it here, you take it here. That's what our government is doing. Okay? Now they're talking about all these taxes are going to set, they say, no taxes for tips, and senior, no taxes on Social Security. Folks, I get $1,000 a month on Social Security. 1,010 to be honest, okay? $1,010 a month on Social Security. I used to spend more than that on dinner. So what's 2.8% increase in that? That's with the increase, by the way. Okay? But my insurance premium went skyrocketed. Okay? My car insurance went up. Sure as yours did, and everybody else's did. Okay? Health insurance premiums are through the roof. But our government has not done nothing yet. They're still talking about it because they don't know what the hell they're going to do. Trump thinks by giving everybody $2,000 that it's going to help. Keep the goddamn money because $2,000 doesn't do anything. Okay? You gave more money than that to other countries. Okay? You gave 35 billion, well, that was last count, probably $35 billion to Ukraine. Okay? Other countries. We help all other countries out. But what countries are helping the United States out? None. We are always the first one. We start printing more money and how much they need in this country, how much they need in that country. Okay? And whatever they ask for, whatever Israel needs, they get. Okay? And for those who have already subscribed, I want to thank you so much. Okay? I appreciate it. And please, please, please hit the like button. And if you don't like what I say, hit the thumbs down button. But hit some button. Okay? Yeah, Grace, that's a good question. Helping Israel can only help us. Thank you, Mills. I appreciate it. Yeah, I don't understand. What's in Greenland that we want so badly now? Okay? I know they're negotiating, I guess, with Denmark. Denmark owns Greenland. Okay? I tell you, to me, it's just a very cool place, and I would not have that on my bucket list as a place that I want to visit. Okay, you know what? That's a good question. Let me ask you folks. Leave me a comment. Would Greenland be a place that you wanted to go visit? All right, not me. When I go someplace, I want the sun, I want the beach, I want it to be warm. Yes, I looked at the world map many times. Uh, Frank Sinatra, boy, I'll tell you, somebody asked me, Frank Sinatra or Michael Jackson. Can I say both of them? Okay. All right. Both awesome. All right. Different ways, different music. It's really a shame. You take Michael Jackson, you take Prince, Whitney Houston. Oh my God, what a voice she had. Huh? What a voice she had. And Bob Marley, we lost them all very young. It's a shame that what happened to them. But, that's life, and we have to go on, folks, because life is short. We don't know how much longer we have on this earth. All right? All right? Hi, Patrick. How are you, buddy? All right? Key Orange. All right? Yeah, I don't think she intentionally was wanting to run over the ICE agent. She was trying to get away, and he just happened to be there. Okay, if you recall, there was another agent coming up, going to her door on the left side there. Okay, she should have just sat there, got out of her car, and talked to the ICE agent, and probably nothing would have happened. she would have gone home and that. But for something in her head, she got frightened and going to try to get away. That agent was there, and his first reflex was to shoot, and that's what he did. Okay, and he is not going to be charged. I guarantee you, because what he did actually was legal. Okay, he was defending himself and others. So, you know, a lot of the left is going to say it was wrong and he should be put in jail. And that's not going to happen, folks. Okay? Just not going to happen. I don't know, she was fighting for something. Folks, look, you know, the one thing we cannot do, we cannot get into her mind and know what she was thinking at that time. If we did, it would be a different story. All right? So there's nothing we can do about it now. It happened, okay, and the left is going to have their crappy shit that they want to say, but it was domestic terrorism, and he had a right to do what he did. Okay? All right? That happens to be the state. Governor Ken Watts, okay? Billions and billions of dollars of money, okay, are gone, okay? Will anybody go to jail because of that? I doubt it, okay? Christy No, Pam Bondi, they want to get up there. Yeah, you go to jail. You go to jail. You break the law. But you got all these politicians robbing money, getting caught, and nothing happening to them. Okay? Not a damn thing. So you think I get upset for that? You better believe I get upset with these things. Okay? Because Pam Bondi is nothing but a loyalist. Whatever Trump says, she does. He says, jump, I want you to jump 4 feet, she'll jump 4 feet. Okay? I like people who do things on their own mind and have the ability to be able to do it and succeed at what they do. Okay? Like people come to me, they should want to be an actor or an actress. Well, you got to train and become the best that you can. Okay? Some are better than others. It depends on how much you're willing to put into your work. Okay? You want to be a salesperson, you got to train. All right? But you got to work. And people are afraid of that there. All right? It's like, Jack, I got a better mind and memory than you'll ever have. Okay? So don't talk about my mind. All right? Hmm. And a lot of people hate working. Me, I don't retire. You know, I don't want to retire. What am I going to do? Go to Florida and die? Okay? I'd rather die than I'm doing something and I'm helping the world out in some way to become a better place. Yeah, look at our government, the USAD. Oh my God. Oh, thank you there. Finally, somebody slipped. Thank you for that super thanks button, my friend. All right, folks. What? All right, got my first super thanks here today. Okay. Thank you, Slip. I appreciate that there. Okay. People don't realize I spend money to come here and talk to you every day. Okay. I give you good content. I give you the truth. And I give you the facts. When I'm wrong, I will tell you, and I made a mistake. Okay? And you have heard me say that in a